Champion. A winner in any engine, in any car. Champion.
Welcome back to Bergen in Holland. This is Mark Coe. We're looking at the standings after 5 best results. Guy Denis and David Terrien. There's just 2 points in it. And Guy Denis will have to finish in the top 6 of this race to win the championship, even if David Terrien wins. So everything really between these two, the Dutchman and the Frenchman. Or the Belgian, the Frenchman, we should say. Flemish-speaking Belgian. Adopted this weekend by the Dutch as one of their own, of course. So Guy Denis, who could finish no higher in that first race than 15th after starting from the back of the grid. 17 years old, from Genk, 1992 Belgian Formula A champion, leading the 93 championship in Belgium. Double win at Marienburg in the last round. And looking for victory in the championship, although it's going to be hard work to win this race. It is dry. They are on slick tyres. They're on their dry chassis now, the slightly softer chassis. Matthew Davis out of it as we wait for them to come up to the start line. And here they come. It's people off already there, but the lights go to green nonetheless. And it's immediately Virtanen from Terrien, Van der Ende, Van Eimeren, and Richard Bengtsson from Sweden in the 125 kart coming up there in 6th place. Teresa Virtanen dominating this race as well at the moment in the early stages. Everyone sorting themselves out midfield and behind, and Virtanen pulling away from David Terrien in the Sodi kart, but Terrien won't like this. The man is very, very fast in the dry. Conditions absolutely perfect now. Track's been washed by the rain. Collision there. 2 of them. That is Paolo Moro and Ralph von Ooy tangling there. Was it Rodriguez, Francisco Rodriguez, Giovanni Montanari, that was. As we're looking at this great big battle through the field, Paolo Moro running in 6th place at the moment. We did him injustice. He wasn't involved in that one. So 1-2-3 David Terrien there. 1-3-3 Rani van Eimeren, who's moved into 3rd place ahead of Jackie van der Ende. Richard Bengtsson really pushing as well. He's now gone into 4th place. Van der Ende moved up again into 2nd, so it is Virtanen, Van der Ende, Terrien. Not for long though, because they're climbing all over Terrien. That is Rani van Eimeren trying to get past him in the 1-3-3 kart. He does it, and Richard Bengtsson is attacking as well, and someone goes out there. That was a collision, I think, involving Petter Halvorsen. David Terrien then leading this 3rd place bunch. Head down, the young Frenchman, 17 years old, from Nantes, 1992 French champion. Won at Jesolo. A 3rd place there as well. 4th and 3rd places at Marienburg in the Sodi kart, and right behind him, Rani van Eimeren, 16 from Dordrecht in Holland. And behind him, fighting out those places and almost losing it in the 1-4-3 kart, Olivier Fiorucci, a man we haven't seen much of this weekend. Fiorucci now moving up. He was 1st and 2nd in the opening rounds at Valence, 17 years old, from Nice. Merlin ATK on Vega tyres. He was the 1992 Intercontinental Formula A champion. But to all intents and purposes, out of the running this year, because Denis and Terrien, the men fighting for the championship, although Fiorucci has an outside chance if those other two are taken out. for Fiorucci in the number 143 kart, in that distinctive yellow helmet, almost center colors. Moves up into 4th place. David Terrien still holding that 3rd place behind Virtanen and van der Ende. 17 laps to go. This is the lead battle now. Virtanen and van der Ende, they're getting their heads down and they're pushing on, and look how David Terrien's closing on them now. And right behind Terrien is Fiorucci. This is classic racing, truly great kart racing here at Bergam. These guys among 60,000 kart racers in 60 nations around the world, 33 years old now kart racing. And just look at this, we are seeing the cream of the European Formula A racers in action. And behind in the background as we see a passing move, van der Ende takes the lead from Virtanen. We just saw in the background though the kart of 133. That was Rennie van Eimeden. He is out of the race. We're not sure why. It may be a broken chain. Van der Ende leads from Virtanen. And David Terrien now breaking away from the group behind. He's moving up and starting to attack. Van der Ende very much at home here. This is local track. There's 14 laps to go. He's from Maasdijk, not far away. Guy Denise in 8th place. Our producers have picked him up. He has fought his way through from 15th. Starting place, Guy Denise, the Dutch-speaking Belgian. Putting in another strong performance. He's from Genk, where the Fords are built. 17 years old, techno kart, Rotax power, as so many of these karts. You see Rennie van Eimeden in the background there, absolutely disappointed. As this fierce sport racing goes on, this is slipstreaming at its best. Look at this. This is incredible racing. Van der Ende, Virtanen and Terrien coming up now with them. He's joined them, bringing Fiorucci with him. There's 4 karts now battling for the lead of this final race in the European Championship, although of course we do go on to the World Championships, a one-day event at Laval in mid-September, Laval in France. But this, and that's a very close moment indeed there. That was Laurent Redon stepping out of his kart. It's almost like Mark Blundell at Silverstone last weekend with the McLarens going either side of him. That was a very close moment for Redon. The group back in the race after we saw him taking his kart out, but this is the lead battle. Look at this, the 4 of them slipstreaming in a classic Monza maneuver. As further back we see Guy Denise charging through the field. He's now up, I think, to 6th place. He has to finish in the top 6 to have a chance of the championship, should David Terrien win. And there is David Terrien making a move to him because he's got past Lisa Virtanen. And he's now attacking Jackie van der Ende. This is the lead battle in the last race of the European season here at Bergam, Holland. And just look at this, a classic move there as Fiorucci goes through into 3rd place. Olivier Fiorucci, van der Ende, Terrien, Fiorucci, Virtanen. Virtanen, who's also known as the Vatanen of the kart world. And David Terrien making a very bold move there to try and get through on the inside of the first corner. Didn't come off. Has to wait his chance. They are climbing all over each other, these 4 now. Fiorucci looking for a chance, I think, for these 2 in front to make a mistake. And we have confirmation, 6th place. It is indeed Guy Denise. Here he is in 7th, in fact. Moving up Just picking these karts in front off one by one. And still out in front it is Jackie van der Ende, David Terrien, Olivier Ferrucci and Risto Virtanen in that order. 7 laps to go. Anything could happen. For Matthew Davis, who done so well this year, was 6th in the championship. His championship chances of having a top 6 finish rapidly diminishing. As these guys up front are going to take all the honours. And just look how close this is, these three, but it has to be said, this is superb driving. Clean and quite outstanding, these guys all. And just having said that, we see a mistake there by Jackie van der Ende, which drops into 3rd place. David Terrien leads from Ferrucci, but Ferrucci takes the lead as they go into that first corner. It's Ferrucci, Terrien, van der Ende, and Virtanen still in 4th place. All he can do at the moment is watch. So Ferrucci now having to defend his lead from David Terrien. Ferrucci at the wheel of the Merlin ATK. Terrien driving the Stody kart with Rotax engine, Vega tyres. In this, the Bridgestone CIK European Championship finale. Terrien looks over his shoulder just to make sure he knows where the opposition is. I think he's sizing up for another attack. And he goes into the back of Ferrucci. And Ferrucci goes into the safety fence very, very hard indeed. We see it in slow motion. His chain is broken off. The kart locks up. He goes sideways into that fence. Very lucky not to be injured. Very nasty accident, and David Terrien keeps his head down. It's the 2nd accident he's been involved in this year, whilst fighting for the lead of a race. And behind him, it's 112. Jackie van der Ende again with Ferrucci's departure, and in 3rd, it's Risto Virtanen making a move to come back. 2 laps to go. Can Virtanen do anything about it? Virtanen, of course, having a grandstand view of his old adversary, David Terrien, involved in that accident. He was the recipient last time. Guy Denis up to 6th place now, as we suspected. He is in now of a chance. If he can stay there, he can become the 1993 European Formula A champion. That in front of him, Luca Causio in the 153 kart, and behind him we see Gianluca Calidori and Isabelle Fleury of France. She's come up now into 8th place. So Guy Denis picking these guys off one by one as he continues, looking to at least hold back 6th place. He knows he can be European champion. It's David Terrien leading though from Jackie van der Ende and Risto Virtanen. Virtanen would dearly love to be 2nd. He's trying all he can now to get past van der Ende. So it's France, Belgium, Finland, 1, 2, 3 at the moment. With a Belgian possibility of the championship. David Terrien, though, pulling away in the Stody kart now. He has this race covered. There's the checkered flag, and he wins this race. And behind him, it's a photo finish for van der Ende and Risto Virtanen. And we look for Guy Denis. Here he comes, and in fact he finishes the race in 5th place, and Guy Denis is the 1993 European champion. We asked David Terrien about the race as we see the results there. Causio, Denis in 5th, and Caradori in 6th place. Well, he said, I think it's a shame that I haven't really got enough experience to win the championship, but I know I was very strong during the season. He said this weekend it was too wet to get the engine set up properly, and well, we didn't do so well in the wet, and if we'd won that race I'd be champion now, but that's experience. And he said a little bit more came from the others, and I didn't win. Well, van der Ende says it could have been better. He said my engine went down on power towards the end, but he said I'm happy. And the new champion, Guy Denis, There he is, Denise from Terrien from Pierucci. So France finishing second and third in the championship. Matthew Davis finishing down in 11th place. I'm very happy, says Guy Denise. I'll stay in karting next year, unless, of course, I get a chance to move into car racing. I'm looking forward to the World Championship at Laval. We'll see you Eurosport viewers then. So, great end to the European season, but we're going to stay with karting from Holland. Come back after the break.
Eurosport.
Show. The DTM 1993 from Donington, Sunday 10 p.m. here on Eurosport.
You rejoin us on Eurosport at the 1993 Dutch Grand Prix. This is the Super A, the Formula One of karting. Nicola Gianniberti leading the championship from Giancarlo Fisichella, Alessandro Manetti, Pietro Antonelli, Gianluca Beggio and Andrea Bellicci. But Fisichella is not here. He is racing this weekend in Italy, where he will finish 5th in the Mugello round of the Italian Formula 3 Championship to keep his Italian lead. So, looking at the pre-qualifying, we just saw there Gianniberti, this is Manetti. So the heat off a little bit without Fisichella. As we see these guys going out for their one at a time time lapse. That's Gianluca Beggio we were looking at there. And here out on the track at the moment is Nicola Gianniberti, guy who's leading the championship coming here. That is Beggio timing him, seeing what the opposition's up to. Gianniberti comes in, 17 years old, from Piacenza in Italy, 1992 World Formula A champion. Richard Blanken from Netherlands, Pierre Rediker. Now, Pierre Rediker, a rotten weekend. They blew 5 engines in qualifying, and he has been unable to make the final. That's a great big blow for the top Dutch kartist. They couldn't find out the problem. He's 24 years old, from Amsterdam. Had some good races this year. Dutch junior champion in the past. Problem they just couldn't get down to the bottom of. So on the front row of the grid we have Gianluca Beggio, Max Buslinger on second place, Alessandro Manetti third, and would you believe in fourth place, Britain's Michael Simpson. Great performance by Michael this weekend, back on form after a couple of offs this year. So we're looking at Michael in the 53. PCR kart, PCR engine, 17 years old from Leeds. So watch that man in the 53 kart. The race is going to be wet. They're on wet tyres, wet chassis. Some of them have got these turbo visors that spin around. The one that Graham Hill made popular in Formula One. You don't see them so much nowadays, but in karting it's a great asset. As also you'll see there's Michael's kart with a big cover over the carburetor and the electrics to keep the water out. Will it work? We'll see. I'm sure as the race goes on. They're coming under starters' orders. The lights are red. The lights are green and the race is on, and straight away it's Beggio, Buslinger and Manetti and Simpson all fighting out those places. As they pour into the first corner, Simpson into fourth place, Manetti in fifth, Saarinen in fifth place. Beggio in the lead. As Topi Sajala comes through to take second place from Max Buslinger. Michael Simpson still fourth, or is he? It's changing between him and Manetti all the time. But it's still Beggio at the moment, but a spectacled, mad Max from Monza, 24 years old, comes from the city that hosts the Italian Grand Prix, the Formula One and Calicart Rotax, 1992 European Formula K, what is now Super A champion with 4 wins. He's had 2 seconds this year, a 4th and an 8th at Jesolo. And he's looking to further improve on that this weekend as the field streams out behind them. And Beggio goes wide. He goes wide. That's letting Topi Sajala through. So Topi Sajala, 18 years old from Helsinki, takes the lead. But no, Beggio gets it back. But just look what conditions are like. It is so slippery despite the fact the track is drying out. Manetti there in third place. Michael Simpson still in fourth. The Topi Sajala, he was fifth in the 1992 Formula A Championship, had a win in Belgium last year, he's been karting since 1986. Not such good results this year, sixth and fourth at Valence being his highest finishes. But he's in second place at the moment in the final. First of the finals, as we see first four, Michael Simpson included, breaking away from the rest of the pack, the rest of that pack, including Max Buslinger in the number 48 Birol Sirio kart. He's 36 years old, the oldest guy in the European Championship from Beer in Switzerland. Buslinger being attacked from all sides. That is Toni Saarinen trying to get by him. Another Finnish driver here, Saarinen, starting from the fourth row of the grid. But at the moment, it is Mad Max from Monza, Beggio leading. "19 laps to go. Sajala from Manetti, from Michael Simpson. Michael Simpson doing a great job for Britain here in the Dutch Grand Prix. 17 years old from Leeds. He's been karting for 5 years now. PCR Vega, as we said, he's been racing since 1988. He was fifth in the British Junior Championship in 1990. He was a British Junior Champion in 91. Sixth in the World Junior Championships 91. Finished second in the 91 Australian Kart Grand Prix. And last year we saw him finish sixth in the British Formula A Championship and 12th in the European Series, his first year racing in Europe. This year a mixed season, 5th and 16th at Valence. There he is in fourth place at the moment. Not really gaining at the moment, taking it fairly easily, maybe protecting his tyres, because these wet tyres on a dry track do not work too well as they get warm. As we said earlier, you finish up with a slick tyre that does you no good at all because the compound's all wrong. And here we see up front now, a change of second place as Alessandro Manetti goes through ahead of Topi Sajala, and he holds it. Sajala makes a move to come back. Manetti, 21 years old, from Rome. He was the 1991 World FA champion. 91 European champion as well. He won the Hong Kong Grand Prix that year. And in 1992, he finished second in the World Super A Championship. And at the moment, he's second here in the Dutch Grand Prix. He was third in the European Championship. He had a win in Luxembourg. This year, a third and a first at Valence, a fifth and a 14th at Jesolo, and 2 thirds at Marienburg in the last outing. And here is Michael Simpson coming up now to take Topi Sajala. Michael moves into third place. So very, very neat move there by 17-year-old Michael Simpson from Leeds. Takes third place away from the Finn. Michael wearing this rather Emmett-like contraption to keep the wet out of the carburetor. Don't want to get it too lean, full of water. He sees the engine up. Michael driving a very mature race here at Bergam in the Dutch Grand Prix, 4th round of the European Championship, race 1. Watching Michael in action. Very shaken last year in the World Championships at Ugento when he was somersaulted out of the final. But his confidence obviously not affected, because this is Manetti. He's going through. He goes past on the inside of Manetti to take second place. Well, what a turn up for the books. This is Michael Simpson, Britain's future world champion maybe. What a race this man is having. He's now in second place and the only man ahead of him Now, with 12 laps to go, is Gianluca Beggio. Beggio way out of sight, Manetti dropping back. I think what Michael did there was to look after his tyres for a while, and it's obviously worked, because when the chance came to attack, he went straight through the inside of this man, Manetti. Manetti could not respond, and in fact Manetti now dropping back into the clutches of the number 27 kart of Holland, Richard Blanken. Richard Blanken, 27 years old, from Haarlem, takes that third place away from Manetti. Blanken brought up within earshot of Zandvoort racetrack, Calicart Rotax, which he prepares with his brother himself. 3-time Dutch champion. Not a very good season so far, but this weekend he has risen to the occasion in his home Grand Prix here in Holland, as Manetti goes yet one more place down to Max Boeslinger. Manetti having a terrible race. I think his tyres must be off. It's Blanken, Boeslinger, Manetti. Fighting out those places further back as Milton Rietarbris starts to come up. We're looking at Rietarbris. Here he is in the number 46 kart. That is the Birol Parila Vega. Rietarbris, 26 years old, from Stockholm. As we see our race leaders, and that is now Michael Simpson starting to attack. Simpson is getting very, very close indeed to race leader Beggio. Look at this. This is real incredible action towards the end of the race. Michael Simpson looking so casual. Just look at those eyes. He has got his eyes fixed absolutely straight ahead. He sees his target, Beggio. This is certainly the best race Michael has had this year. He is climbing all over Beggio. He can take the lead if he just takes it long enough. Beggio, I'm sure, must know he's there. He can probably feel Michael's breath down the back of his overalls. What a great race here. Michael Simpson attacking all around the circuit. That is Charlotte Hellberg, Lotta Hellberg. She is out. What a terrible season the Swedish girl has had. And back with our leaders, 2 laps to go. We're heading for perhaps the closest finish of the year as Michael Simpson climbs all over Gianluca Beggio. It's Mad Max from Monza being chased by Leeds' finest. Up that long back straight, Beggio sliding that kart all over the road. You can see now just how those tyres have gone off, those rain tyres on this dry track now. And Michael just looking for that chance to take his first win in the European Championship. Sliding all over him. One does wonder if that waterproofing device might be costing him some precious aerodynamic flow, but the checkered flag is waiting. We're on the last lap. Michael is attacking. This is his last chance on this lap because Beggio is leading from Michael Simpson. Milton Rietarbris has come up through into third place with Richard Blanken fourth, Kiyoshi Takahashi of Japan in fifth, Tonni Saarinen in sixth place. As they complete the last few corners coming up to the flag, can Michael do anything about it? He has only now a few hundred meters to respond and take his first win of the year. He is inside Beggio. Beggio shuts the door there because that's an S's and he can get back. They're coming up towards the final corner. Michael Simpson looking for a way past into the final corner. Can he do it? He pulls out, he tries, and he cannot quite do it, but what a brilliant race for 17-year-old Michael Simpson as Beggio takes the win. What a great day for Britain. Milton Rietarbris third, Richard Blanken fourth, Takahashi fifth, and Saarinen sixth. Well, how do you follow that? Well, we'll see in a moment here on Eurosport for the final Super A race. Join us then.
Eurosport.
People who know use Valvoline. For Formula One world champion, he's now accepted a new challenge. Nigel Mansell is head over heels with the IndyCar and dreams of delighting the American public. IndyCar, 800 horsepower monsters on wheels, accelerating to more than 360 kilometers per hour. Hundreds of thousands of fans are awaiting this event.
Watch me in the IndyCar Series on Eurosport.
The IndyCar World Series from Toronto, Sunday, 8 p.m, live on Eurosport. The Ford Electronics Competition, your weekly rendezvous. Look at this. Can you name the driver and Grand Prix circuit? The lucky final draw winner will win a fabulous trip for two to Adelaide, Australia, where they will live through the ultimate 93 Grand Prix in the pits with the stars of the circuit. You can also win an exclusively autographed t-shirt by your favourite drivers. Just answer stating the question number with your complete address on a postcard within the week to Ford Electronics, PO Box 1, Brentwood, Essex, England, CM13 3DN. The winner will be announced on Eurosport during the Portuguese Grand Prix, the 26th of September. Ford Electronics wishes you good luck.
Well, welcome back, race fans, to Bergamo in Holland, where those are the standings in the European Championship after 7 races, the 5 best counting. Nicola Gianniberti from Beggio, basically, because Fisichella is not here, as we've already told you. Manetti and Antonelli, all these guys in for a chance, but this man, the hero, I think, of the first race, Michael Simpson, who will start from the front row of the grid alongside race winner Gianluca Beggio. Dry weather, they're on slick tyres, they're back in their dry chassis, they're wearing their regular race overalls now, which helps us poor commentators identify these guys. So any one of 5 people can win the championship, and there's a collision already there at the first corner. That is Manetti. Manetti's been hit by Massimiliano Orsini. He is out. And the race is on, and Michael Simpson and Beggio fighting for the lead already. Michael leading the race from Richard Blanken and Milton Ritterbriz, Saarinen and Beggio. So a terrible start for Beggio, dropping right back there. So our man Michael Simpson leading the whole field. Richard Blanken of Holland, Milton Ritterbriz of Sweden, Tony Saarinen of Finland, and Gianluca Beggio, the man who wants to win this championship so desperately, back in 5th place at the moment. So what a disaster for Manetti. This is his chance this year to become European champion. And he is out of the race, the kart damaged, as Michael Simpson leads the field, still Blanken, and Ritterbriz and Saarinen and Beggio as they cross the line at the end of the first lap. Michael pulling away a little bit, if anything. 5 years experience behind him. A lot of sorting out going on there all through the field. But that is all happening behind Simpson. He's not worried about that at the moment. He just wants to keep his lead. No change in the order. Richard Blanken, the man who tunes his own engines, he says his hobby is girls. Milton Ritterbriz. And at the end of lap 2, it's still Michael Simpson, but Ritterbriz makes a big move down the inside to take 2nd place. 26 years old from Stockholm in the Birrell Parilla, been racing since 84. 2nd in the European Championships of 92, Scandinavian champion the same year. 2nd in the Suzuka World Cup of 92, and 9th in the World Championship at Ugento, but at the moment he is fighting for the lead of the final race of the European Championship season. But remember, the World Championships finish at Laval. Start and finish in Laval because it's a 1-weekend event. Laval, France, September the 19th, where Eurosport will be covering the event, as always, in the Formula One of karting. And leading the Formula One Grand Prix here at Bergamo in Holland is Michael Simpson of Britain. A big collision there, I think, between Beggio and Ritterbriz. Beggio charging through from his very slow start. He's started from front row pole position, but he was 5th at the end of lap 1. Beggio climbing all over Michael Simpson. Now they're on slick tires, remember, and they are extremely fast here on this incredible circuit at Bergen, New Zealand Bergen. Weather's changed completely now. Hot sunshine as the lead goes. Beggio takes the lead. It's just a repeat of the first race at the moment because Simpson's hanging on. Rita Briss in third, Richard Blanken fourth, and still there behind in fifth place, it's Tino Saarinen. Well, classic racing as always in the Bridgestone CIK European Championships. 16 laps to go. What can Michael Simpson do? If we look at the third place battle, 3 karts fighting for that, and behind them another big gaggle of karts led by Topi Sajala fighting out for 7th place. Richard Blanken. And coming up through the field, Gianni Berti, Nicola Gianni Berti, who finished 15th in that race. That first race doing exactly what Guy Denis did in the Formula A. Problems in qualifying, started from the back of the grid. They both finished the first race in 15th place, and they both have to come through to try and take their respective championships. Guy Denis did it. Can Nicola Gianni Berti, 17 years old, as we told you, from Piacenza, 88 Italian junior champion. He was second in the Hong Kong Grand Prix of 91, and last year, you may remember, he was the World Formula A champion before moving up into Formula Super A. He won the last 3 races, Jesolo and 2 at Marienburg. As we see Richard Blanken there taking away Milton Rutabris's hard-fought 3rd place. While Beggio and Michael Simpson go further and further away out front. So really great racing, and just look at Blanken trying to defend his position. Saarinen still tucked in behind there. Tomi Saarinen from Finland, Finnish drivers really to the fore this year. We saw Risto Virtanen in the Formula A races do so well this year. And Gianni Berti there, Nicola Gianni Berti in the half kart Rotax engine, racing on Dunlop tyres. But this is our race leader, Gianluca Beggio from Michael Simpson. Beggio heading for the double this weekend. If he can just keep this determined Englishman off his back. Michael really on a flyer. Everything just coming together for him. Beggio, Calicart, Rotax, Vega tyres. While Michael Simpson is PCR, chassis, PCR engine, also Vega tyres. As Milton Rutabris gets back into 3rd place, ahead of Richard Blanken. And also really stuck in there, Max Buslinger coming back into the frame. Buslinger, the oldest guy racing, 36 years old, from Bur in Switzerland. He's on the Birol with Sierra engine, Vega tyres. He raced Formula 3000 in the past. He raced everything. Came back to do the European Formula Super A Championship in 92. Finished 3rd in Holland at this very track. Finished 4th at Luxembourg. But this year, not quite so much on the pace. But you can't say that this weekend, because here he is, right up there with the best of the young guys, some of them half his age. Here's our race leader, Mad Max Beggio from Monza. Michael Simpson from Leeds still chasing him. Max Buslinger now into 3rd place. Richard Blanken hanging on behind him in 4th. Nicola Gianni Berti coming through the field. We're looking out for that half Rotax kart, the number 36 kart of Gianni Berti. A great charge. There he is. Look for the blue helmet. There he comes alongside Michael Schroeter. held up by those rain cars in the first heat. The first final, I should say. 1 lap to go, and Beggio leads, but Michael Simpson is attacking again. Just look at this man jumping up and down in the kart to get extra MPH out of it. And Beggio knows he's got to defend his position. He is jinking that kart from left to right. As they pass back markers here, Bobby Game we just saw there. Of Britain, the 21-year-old from Bicester in the number 2 Haas Rotax. Bobby in 8th place at the moment. We haven't seen much of him earlier, but Bobby heading for an 8th place, and they are on the final corner, and yet again Michael can do nothing about it. And look at Beggio, he's just so happy he wins both races today, but does he win the championship? We have to see where Nicola Gianniberti finishes, and Gianniberti finishes in 5th place, which gives him, we think, the championship. There's the results: Beggio, Simpson, Buslinger, Blanca, and Gianniberti and Schroeter in the second race. We're looking now for the computers. There it is. Nicola Gianniberti wins the European Formula Super A Championship from Beggio. Fisichella, who wasn't here, might have wanted to have been here, but busy defending his Italian Formula 3 Championship lead. Manetti, Antonelli, and Michael Simpson in 6th place. Well done, Michael. So, Beggio, I'm disappointed that we lost Meyenberg. We broke engine. That cost us the championship, and we lost the championship then, but I'll be back in the World Championship. And he said next year, I hope we'll be doing Formula 3 in Italy. That's the way to go. Next, Buslinger being congratulated by Ernest Busser, the president of PIK, who himself is Swiss. Nicola Gianniberti said, well, I had trouble in the rain with my tires. It was really hard work to drive it physically, but I've won the European Championship. Now my aim is to win the World Championship. Eurosport will be back there in karting at the World Championships at Laval, France in September. Join us there. It's going to be a great weekend, if it's anything like as good as the European Championship scene this year. This has been Mark Cole. We'll see you soon.